guys. Hello and welcome, and thanks for joining me today. Super happy to see my Pilates peeps. My name is Elizabeth. I'm your instructor, and you are in a Pilates-inspired fitness class. And for props today, we're going to use dumbbells. So let's grab those dumbbells and get started. We will begin by opening those arms to a T, kicking one foot to the side, coming to center, and switching, and continue. All right, guys, this simple move will begin to warm up the body. And I'd like to take this opportunity to request of you to keep your workout with me today, as always, pain-free. So comfortably uncomfortable is okay, but pain is not. Anytime you are feeling stabbing pain, shooting pain, joint pain, structural pain, anything like that, please stop what you're doing and do something different so those feelings go away. All right, for 3 and 2 and 1, come to center. And then let's bend one elbow and the other elbow and switch, super simple, just coming into simple biceps curls. And then let's lift one knee and the other knee and continue. So I know, super simple. So we're coming into a march with biceps curls. Breathing, and I just want to welcome you guys and thank you for joining me today. I know this is a different day, so I'm super happy that you guys are here with me today. Breathing, hollowing out that belly, navel is tucked to the spine. This is a super simple move, and I know that we could do this all day and not feel anything from it. You guys continue, but I want you to notice, can you feel your lower abdominal muscles working as you pull a knee up? And then if you squeeze those armpits closed, like you have VO, and you don't want anyone to know, notice how this move can become quite a bit more strenuous. So that's an example of using your mind-body connection to get the results that you want out of an activity, as opposed to just going through the motions with gravity and momentum. So that's how to make Pilates much more effective. And you're breathing for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Swing those arms from side to side. Notice how this feels. We'll revisit this move a few times in class today. Wow, that was crazy. That actually began to feel pretty strenuous for me. Did you guys feel that too? Yeah, I know, it's really interesting. For 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, then let's take our left knee and we're going to bend it. Reach those arms down to the sides. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's kick that back, keeping that knee bent, and lower, and do it again, and continue. Woo! So feeling the back of the body, feeling the back of the leg that you're moving through space, feeling the back of the arms, also feeling the muscles in the stabilizing leg. Those muscles are active, stabilizing you while you go through this range of motion. Oh, for 3 and 2, and the next time it's lifted, pause. All right, then let's just lift and lift and lift. Oh, really feeling that back body, feeling that booty cheek, breathing. Oh, for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Holy cow, again, surprisingly strenuous. I love how we can take these movements that are pretty simple and turn them into really terrific exercises which sculpt our muscles. All right, guys, let's take the other knee. We're going to bend it, keeping that 90-degree angle bend in the knee. We'll lift and lift and lift and continue. So coming into a bit of a balance challenge, although you guys don't look challenged for the balance at all. Woo! Breathing for 4 and 3, 2, and the next time everything is lifted, pause. All right, and then we're just going to lift and lift and lift. Woo! And breathe and balance. Looking so good, you guys. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Again, surprisingly challenging. For 2 and 1. All right, let's bend both elbows into a 90-degree angle, or both arms into a 90-degree angle. And then we'll open to a goalpost and close and open and close. If this is uncomfortable for your shoulders, maybe your dumbbells feel a little too heavy for this movement, you can get rid of those dumbbells, or you can come into any other arm movement. All right, breathing. And notice how you're feeling the muscles in your chest and your shoulders. Okay, of course, we're going to add to this. And of course, you can continue with this earlier version if you wish. The next time we have a leg out, pause. All right, then lift and lower, lift and lower. And then let's punch one arm forward and the other arm forward. And continue. Breathing. Woo. Hollowing out that belly. Looking good, guys. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and pause. And then let's kick the other leg out to the side. And this time we'll reach those arms into goalpost and lift and lift and continue. Woo, and breathe. I always feel like I'm playing peekaboo with a toddler going through this arm movement. Yep, breathing, moving in a different plane of motion, feeling those outer thigh muscles for the leg moving through space for 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Come back to center. Woo, well done, guys. Swing those arms from side to side for 2 and 1. Come back to center. All right, arms in goalpost, one knee in tabletop, and switch and continue. So we're going to come into a little cardio blast, guys. If you wish, you can continue with this, or you can disco dance, or you can just be silly, or you can run the stairs, or you can do burpees, or you can do jumping jacks. Anything that feels good for you. And breathe. So the goal here, guys, is just to get that heart rate up. If you're moving with those arms overhead, it will lend to increasing that heart rate more than if those arms are down at your sides, or down lower than the heart, I should say. And the reason for that is because our heart is a muscle and it has to work a little bit harder to pump blood to those arms if they're overhead. Yeah, and breathing. And suddenly I'm all by myself. Yeah. Oh, there's Linda passing through. Hey. Oh, I'm loving those moves. Yeah, loving it. So if you're with me on YouTube, welcome. I'm super glad you're here. I'm teaching live Zoom classes, which I'm recording. So I've got live students with me on my screen. Although none of them are on my screen right now because I think they're off running the stairs or something else. Oh, there we go. All right, loving it, guys. Woo. Notice if you're feeling a slight increased sense of urgency to breathe. I certainly am. And you probably are as well. And that's a good thing, because if you have just a slight increased sense of urgency to breathe, but you can talk, but it's a little challenging, kind of like how it is for me right now, that means that you are in a terrific fat burning zone. So that's awesome. Breathing, loving it. You guys are loving it. Okay, guys, we'll go for another minute. And then after this, we'll come to some lying down work. Breathing. Loving it. I'm in Southern California, and we had a terrific lightning storm last night, which is unusual for us. Oh, and today it's beautiful and sunny and clean outside. And breathe. Loving it. All right, guys, just about 10 more seconds here. For 4 and 3, and everyone's back right on the money. And 2 and 1. Nice job. Let's find stillness. Woo! And swing those arms from side to side. And notice if your pores feel a little open, perhaps you feel a little glistening. For 2 and 1, and come back to center. Well done, guys. Okay, we're going to take this down to the mat. So keep those dumbbells nearby. It's really fun to teach out of my own little Pilates studio again. It's been a while since I've taught from here. All right, let's come to a lying down position. Whew. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling My heart rate's still elevated. Okay, and we'll bring those knees out in front of the hips, and we'll grab one dumbbell. Okay, so you can have your head resting on your hand as I am. You can rest your ear on your biceps, or you can also come up onto your elbow if that feels better for you. So lots of options. And then let's lift those ankles. Tuck that elbow into the waist and open and close and open and close and continue. Kind of like a clamshell type situation. Woo, and breathe. Hollowing out that belly. That navel is tucked to the spine. Oh. Breathing. Did I mention you are breathing? It's funny. Sometimes I'll feel like I say that too frequently. And then shortly thereafter, someone will tell me, hey, I'm so glad you remind me to breathe. It's kind of funny. All right, for 3 and 2. And the next time that knee is lifted, keep it lifted. All right, and then let's take that leg up and bend, and continue. So we're kind of kicking that leg out at an angle, almost like we're keeping our knee fairly still where it is in space from this, and then just straightening. Yeah, and continue. And notice how you're really feeling. Well, notice what you're feeling. So lots of that top leg, lots of that top booty cheek area, feeling a little bit of that inner thigh on that bottom leg because we're having it suspended in space. And notice how this kind of sneaks up on you. Maybe you were like, ho, ho, hum. And suddenly it's like, ho, hum, holy cow. And breathing, woo. For 4, feeling this quite a bit. And 3, you guys are really cute with those arms and legs moving all over the place. And 2, woo, and 1. All right, let's keep this lower body as it is. We'll take that top arm, place it down. Okay, and then keeping this top knee high. Oh, let's bring that bottom knee up and down. So you can roll back a little bit on that booty cheek for stability. If you wish, you can take your top hand and place it down. Woo. And breathe, hollowing out that belly. Navel is tucked to the spine, feeling so many muscles. Also notice how you're feeling so many muscles in that oblique area for 4 and 3, woo, 2 and 1. Okay, let's keep both knees lifted. This is hard. Kick those legs long, hovering, and bend, and do it again. And breathe. Woo. Hollowing out that belly. Navel is tucked to the spine, shoulders down and back. And again, notice how in this top oblique area, you have a lot of muscles working. Woo. And again, this kind of starts off maybe not that hard, and then suddenly it feels quite a bit more challenging. Oh. For 4 and 3, holy cow, and 2. And let's bring both knees in and lower down. Oh, okay, good job. Take both arms in front. Take that top arm up and over. So I'm interested in a really terrific side body stretch here, which I'm not doing today. But for you, you are, and it probably feels amazing. Usually that's a really terrific stretch. And then if you wish, you can look over those far fingertips. Yeah, looking good, guys. Ooh, for 3 and 2 and 1. All right, and then let's just pivot and we'll lie onto the back. Lying on the back. Grab those dumbbells. Where are they? There they are. And reach them up towards the ceiling. All right, guys, so we're going to keep the head down for this sequence. Let's bend those elbows, bringing the dumbbells down towards the head and straighten and do it again. So in the gym, we used to call these skull crushers. All right, guys. And then if it feels good for you, as you reach those arms up to the ceiling, also lift those hips and lower and lift and continue. Breathing, hollowing out that belly. Navel is tucked to the spine. Try to keep those elbows still in space. I'm just going to skip down a little bit. And breathe. Yeah, looking good. For 3 and 2. And the next time everything is lifted, pause. All right, then let's pivot those palms so they're facing each other. Open out to the side, softness in the elbows, like opening to a T, and hug a tree. and do it again. And notice how you are feeling your chest muscles active as you're going through this range of motion. And then as you hug a tree, lift one knee into tabletop, put it down, and switch, and switch. Continue breathing, hollowing out that belly, trying to find that pelvic stability so that pelvis is not moving around. It is super stable. I can't think of another discipline where we talk about a stable pelvis. Yeah, anyway, so going for that pelvic stability for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Let's open those arms to a T and lower that booty all the way down. Take a step apart with those feet and begin to windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Yeah, talking about having a stable pelvis. I was doing a little thing at Lululemon one time. I was talking about pelvic stability, and these were not like practice Pilates or Pilates people who did Pilates regularly. And it occurred to me how strange it was to be in the middle of a Lululemon talking about pelvic stability. All right, for 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, let's grab those dumbbells again. And this time we'll tuck the elbows in towards the waist with those arms bent in a 90-degree angle. Let's take that left knee into a tabletop position. And then just keep the arms still for a moment. Keep the head down. Take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift, and continue. And then if it feels all right for you, maybe reach those arms overhead and lower. So by the way, my range of motion is kind of small today. As many of you know, if you've been with me for a while, I frequently modify to take care of my back. I have conditions that I was born with, and I take care of my body. So I want you to do the same. But at any rate, the reason I'm pointing that out is because if your range of motion is greater than mine, just enjoy that. For 3, and 2, feeling this quite a bit in the stabilizing booty cheek, and 1, come all the way down. Nice job. And then let's bring the other knee into tabletop, and you guessed it, guys. Take an inhale, exhale, lift, arms up to the ceiling and lower, and do it again. Woo, and continue. Breathing. Looking good, guys. I'm seeing dumbbells and legs and hips and feet moving through space. All right, and notice how you're feeling that stabilizing leg quite a bit, still going for that pelvic stability for 3 and 2 and 1. All right, let's open those arms to a T, take a step apart with those feet. Woo, and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. And notice how you're getting a little bit of a booty massage. Moving in a different plane of motion. This always feels so good. I just love this. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, from here, let's bring those feet together again. This time we'll leave the dumbbells on the mat. So in other words, we don't have dumbbells in our hands. And we'll slice the ground with our pinky fingertips. Keeping the head down, take an inhale as you exhale, lift those hips. All right, guys, and then let's open those knees and close, open and close. Begin to feel your outer thighs as you open and your inner thighs as you close. Pressing those those pinky sides of the pinkies down into the mat. Notice how you're really feeling a lot of arms. Yeah, I can feel it so much I can hear it in my voice. You are breathing. If you wish, if tippy toes are comfortable for you today, come onto those tippy toes and continue opening and closing. If not, just keep those feet down. For those of my students who are suffering from toe injuries, you know who you are. And breathe. Oh, feeling this quite a bit. For 5, woo, and 4, pressing those arms into the mat, and 3. Again, like super simple. We could do this all day long and not think much of it. But when we recruit that mind-body connection, it becomes quite a bit more challenging. And 2, I know, slowest countdown ever. It's all on purpose. And 1. And lower that booty down. Nice job, guys. Let's take a step apart with those feet again. Pivot those feet. Sorry, pivot the knees to the right. Woo, lace those fingertips behind the head and just feel that really terrific stretch in that top thigh area. And breathe. And then adding on, guys. Take an inhale as you exhale, come into the crunch. I want you crunching straight up the center. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch straight up the center. Continue because you're crunching straight up the center, but your lower body is at an angle. You are feeling those oblique muscles, so that's kind of cool. So usually we frequently think that we need to twist up to the side to feel those oblique muscles, but we have the other portion of our body rotated, so we're just crunching straight up the center. All right, guys, now notice how you're feeling all those muscles around your waist as you're going through this range of motion. If you exhale loudly, like you're blowing out birthday candles, you will recruit those core muscles to a greater degree. Those core muscles go all the way around your spine, much like a corset. Going for that tiny waist right here. Woo! For 4, that definition on the side of your abdominal area between your bottom rib and your hip. And 3, and 2, and 1, lower down. Just take a moment here. Feel that really terrific stretch. 3, and 2, and 1. Come back to center. And then let's pivot those knees over to the other side. Fingertips lace behind the head and just enjoy this stretch before we invite movement in. All right, guys. And then navel tuck to the spine. Take an inhale as you exhale, crunch straight up the center. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch straight up the center, and continue breathing. You know, it occurred to me, I was just talking about that visible muscular definition on the side of the abdominal area. And it occurred to me as one who was formerly 260 pounds, how the idea of having that visible definition was like thinking about what was beyond the stars, you know, just was like super unattainable and just completely unrealistic to even consider. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I don't know, it just kind of flashed to me like, wow, I'm talking about abdominal definition when I used to weigh 260 pounds. I'm telling you guys, this Pilates stuff works. Plus, in my case, I gave up sugar. That also helped quite a bit. All right, for 3 and 2, and let's lower down, open those elbows to the side, and just take that feeling of stillness again with that really terrific stretch in that top leg. And just enjoy that. For 4 and 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, let's come to a lying on our side position on the other side. So our head will be in the other direction. All right, and then we'll grab that dumbbell. So in other words, we did sideline work a moment ago, and now we're going to do sideline work on the other side. And the way to make sure you're switching sides is just place your head on the other direction. Okay, let's lift those ankles. Those knees are straight out in front of the hips. Tuck that elbow into the waist. 1 dumbbell in hand. Take an inhale. Exhale. Open and lower and open and lower. And continue. Again, coming back into that clamshell situation. And again, you have options for your upper body, how you want it to be lying down. Yep. Breathing. Looking good, guys. Already feeling this right back here. Going for that perky booty. Yeah. Looking good. Wow, feeling this quite a bit, actually. For 4 and 3 and 2. And the next time that knee is lifted, pause. All right, let's place that dumbbell down and place the top hand onto the mat. Then take an inhale. As you exhale, lift that bottom knee and lower. And again, if this is hurting your hip bone and you want to roll back a little bit more on that fleshy goodness, that is totally an option. So making this work for you, whatever that looks like. I'm realizing I'm losing my form. So if it's available, keep those feet together. Yeah. And breathe. Feeling this quite a bit. Yep, I'm feeling it too. You are breathing. Okay, so you're feeling the top of the outer thigh, holding that stable, and then you're feeling the bottom or the inner portion of the bottom thigh. So lots of interesting dynamics going on here with your muscles for 2. And the next time it's lifted, pause. All right, guys, from here, we're going to kick those legs long and bend and do it again and continue. If you have the balance and the ability, place those hands, you can fan them over your waist area and just feel how much work is going on in that oblique area. That is kind of cool. Breathing, hollowing out that belly, navel is tucked to the spine. Really nice, you guys, looking so good. Again, going for that definition right in here in that super tiny waist. For 3 and 2, holy cow, and 1, and lower down. Well done. All right, let's take both arms, reach them out in front, take that top arm up and over, and just enjoy that side body stretch. If you wish, you can look over those far fingertips if that's agreeable for you today. If not, then certainly omit it. Just enjoy that stretch sensation for 3 and 2 and 1. All right, guys, let's lie onto the back again. And then we'll hug those knees into the chest. Yep, looking good. Come into a crunch position, kick one leg long, exhale, and switch, and switch, and continue. Coming into a super old school Pilates move. Breathing, we've got thighs, we've got lower abs, we've got upper abs, we've got obliques, we've got chest muscles. You might feel, and arms, you might feel your heart rate coming up a little bit because we are moving a lot of the major muscle groups in the body. Breathing, hollowing out that belly, navel is tucked to the spine. Yeah, you guys look so awesome. For 5 and 4 and 3. Okay, the next time you have a knee in, pause. Let's take that other leg and we'll lower and lift and lower and lift and continue. And I want you to think about these muscles in the quadriceps area, going for that really nice muscular definition in those legs. And see if you can, while holding on to the opposite knee, hold on to it lightly such that the work is coming from your abdominal area instead of just hanging onto that knee, keeping yourself suspended. For 3, I know I'm feeling it too. And 2, and pause. Let's switch legs. And you guessed it, lower and lift, lower and lift. If you wish, you can look down that straight leg and see those, those of you who have been with me for a while, you can look down and see those muscles that you've developed. And if you're a little new at this, maybe you don't see them quite yet, but you are building them right now. So this is a terrific exercise for that muscular definition in those thighs. Again, are you hanging on to that knee for dear life, or can you hold on to it a little more gently and then kick that work into the core? For 4, you guys look so good. And 3, I'm seeing legs all over. And 2, and 1. All right, let's come to a resting position. Well, knees bent, feet flat, and then just windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Feeling that nice stretch in your oblique area, taking that terrific booty massage. You're welcome. For 3 and 2 and 1. All right, guys, then let's kick those legs long, reach those arms up to the ceiling, Look through those fingertips, take an inhale, and then with an enormous exhale, roll up to a seated position, which I am modifying. Yeah, looking good. All right, guys, and then we're going to switch gears. So let's pivot around and come onto all fours. So coming onto a hands and knees situation. All right, and then in the hands and knees situation, let's kick the left leg out long, reach the right arm forward like you want to shake your friendly Pilates instructor's hand. And then try to create as much space and length as you can between those fingertips and that rear heel. And breathe. Yeah. Think about making a straight line with your body. Woo. And hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower that down. And kick the other leg out. Reaching the other arm forward. Yeah, looking good, guys. And again, going for that long straight line. Reaching for 4. Looking good, guys. 3, 2, and 1. And come back to center. All right, guys, let's separate those knees, keeping those feet near to each other. Reach that booty back towards the heels. And then walk those hands forward, coming into a forward fold stretch, if that feels good to you. Yep, looking good. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1. And then walk yourself back to being just regularly on all fours. We're going to come into a plank sequence next, guys, but if coming onto your toes isn't working for you, you can continue with the version we just did. If it does feel okay for you, let's kick one foot out behind. Think about a long straight line from your heel to your tush, to your waist, to your shoulders, to your head. Commit to it. Then take an inhale, and as you exhale, effortlessly step back with your other leg, coming into that full upright plank position. All right, guys, so it's easy for the waist to sag in a plank. It is also easy for the middle of the shoulders to sag. So I want you to work to prevent both of those from happening. That navel is tucked to the spine. Those shoulders are down and back. You are breathing. Yep. And then let's slowly rock forward and back and forward and back, or anything else. So if this is just absolutely not working for you, omit it. You can also come down to your knees, guys. Breathing, hollowing out the belly, navel is tucked to the spine. Woo, for 3 and 2 and 1. And then let's lower both knees down. Separate those knees, reach that booty back towards the heels. Let your face melt down towards the mat. And enjoy that stretch. Alexa, play happy workout music. And breathe.
Station for you. Pop Culture Radio on Amazon.
For 3 and 2 and 1. All right, coming back to all fours. Coming in for round 2 in the plank sequence. But again, guys, if this is hurting your body, any modification is okay. Also, coming down to the elbows is totally an option. All right, guys, from here, let's kick one foot back. Commit to that long straight line. Take an inhale as you exhale. Step the other foot back, still maintaining that long straight line. All right, guys, and then let's pivot to one side. It doesn't matter which. Reach that top arm up to the ceiling. All right, so we're coming into a side plank here. If you wish, you can take your top leg up to the ceiling. I am not going to do that, but you are welcome to do that if that feels good for you. You're breathing, yep, loving it. You guys look so good, so strong. Woo, breathing, hollowing out that belly, noticing if there's a little bit of shaking going on. Woo, for 4 and 3, looking so good. You guys are so strong. 2 and 1. Let's come back to center, and then we'll pivot over to the other side and take the other arm up to the ceiling. You do not need to switch sides. I'm just switching so I can see you guys. Actually, let me say that differently. You do need to switch sides, but you do not need to switch sides such that you're facing the camera. All right, and breathe. Woo! Yeah, and again, maybe take that top leg, lifting it up towards the ceiling if that feels good for you, or not. So again, lots and lots of modifications or variations. Woo! Breathing. Again, noticing if you're shaking. For 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center. Lower one knee down and the other. And then reach that booty back towards the heels. Walk those hands forward, coming into that forward fold stretch. Enjoying that stretch for 3 and 2 and 1. All right, let's come back to an all fours position. And then let's, the knee and, I'll just give you a visual. So let's come into a situation like this. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. And then kick that leg long, kick that arm long, bring the knee and the elbow together and do it again. And continue. Yeah, looking so good. Breathing. Just kicking everything long and then reaching it together. Begin to notice the muscles that you are feeling. We've got arm, we've got thigh, we've got oblique, a little bit of back, shoulder. Woo, a little bit of balance for 4 and 3, 2 and 1, and let's come back to center. Nice job, guys. And then let's come on to those tippy toes, reach that booty up towards the ceiling, coming into a downward dog type situation. Melting those heels down. And just enjoy this stretch in the back of the legs. If it feels good for you, you can stick that booty up towards the ceiling, drawing the chest towards the knees. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can omit that and just enjoy the stretch, which is what I am doing for 4 and 3, 2 and 1. And let's lower those knees down. All right, guys, and then let's pivot so we're facing the other side. Yep, beautiful. And then come back into this long position, and we'll drag the knee to the elbow and kick it long and do it again. And continue. Breathing, hollowing out that belly. And again, notice all the muscles you're feeling. Yep. Whew, yeah, surprisingly, there's a huge amount of muscles that are invited to this party. And the longer we do it, the more we can feel them. Those little background muscles, those little wallflowers are becoming more animated at this party. For 4, loving the faces, and 3, I'm feeling it too, and 2 and 1. And let's come back down to center. Separate those knees, reach that, excuse me, reach that booty back towards the heels. Walk those hands forward again. Coming into that terrific forward fold stretch. For 3 and 2. All right, guys, keep those hands where they are and then come forward onto your hands and knees. So you're sort of in a strange position with those knees separated and those heels and those feet together. And then from here, guys, we're going to bend the elbows, bring the chest down towards the mat, straighten the arms, and reach the booty back and do it again. So we're going to shift forward, bend, straighten, and bring the booty back. So we're doing work here, and then we're taking a stretch. Try to keep those elbows tucked in close to the body. Looking good, guys. Ooh. So these are called child's pose push-ups, and they are really effective for strengthening the arms, strengthening the core, enjoying a stretch, and creating that muscular definition. Really nice. You guys look super awesome. Loving it for 4 and 3 and 2. And the next time you're back, stay back. All right, just walk those fingertips forward again. Coming back into the stretch for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. And walk yourself back to an upright seated position. All right, guys, from here, we're going to reposition. So however you want to get there is fine. I want one knee in front of you bent and the other knee to the side you bent. Yeah, so it's like you're kind of making a half of a square. And then place your hand down onto the mat by your thigh, and then reach your top arm up and over. So I'm interested in a stretch right here. You can support yourself bending into this hand as it feels good. For 3 and 2 and 1, come back to center. We'll place the other hand down onto your thigh, reach the other arm up, and then lean to the other side. So now we're stretching out this area. Well, this area, the space between those rib bones and the hip bones, is decreasing. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. Okay, guys, next, we are going to take both hands down towards the mat. Yep. And then we'll walk ourselves forward, bringing our torso down towards the mat. If it feels good for you, you can lie flat. If that doesn't feel good, you can support yourself on your elbow. So I'm just interested in a twisty rotation stretch for 4 and 3, 2 and 1, and then walk yourself back to an upright position. And then this front knee, guys, go ahead and keep it where it is, but let's pivot that foot away from you a little bit more, so this knee, so the heel is not right next to the groin, it's out. And then if it feels good for you, we can take this other foot back behind, coming into a sort of a pigeon stretch. So if this feels okay, this back leg is straight and that back heel is up. And then this knee is bent in sort of a 90-degree angle, and flex that foot. All right, and then if that feels good and you want a little more, you can bring that knee in a little closer and begin to walk those arms forward. Now, if any of this doesn't feel good for you, then just omit it. I am not going to walk my hands forward, but if it feels good for you, and it probably does, just enjoy that. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1, and then come back to center, and we'll take that back leg, we'll bring it in front of us in that 90-degree angle, and we'll start with our body in sort of that square position. We'll take our hand down to the mat, coming into that side body stretch for 3 and 2 and 1, come back to center, take the other arm up and over, feeling that stretch, and breathe for 3 and 2 and 1, come back to center, and then we'll take both hands over onto the mat, and you can walk yourself out, coming down to your elbows, or you can come to a placing your torso all the way down, if that feels good for you. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center, and then we'll make this leg be a right angle in front of us, and then we'll take this other leg and bring it out behind, and then you can reposition yourself however you wish. By the way, it's totally okay to keep that back knee bent if that feels better for you, but if it does feel okay, you can come into a pigeon type situation, which I'm going to omit on this side, and then however you wish, if you'd like to, you can begin to walk those hands forward, coming into a forward fold stretch. And breathe. And then also, if you wish, you can bring this heel in a little bit closer. So making it work for you. This is a lot of hips and a lot of knee bending. So if any of that's not feeling great for you, just omit it. And breathe. For 3, looking good, guys. Loving the variations. And 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, well done. I hope you guys are feeling fantastic. Let's, however you wish to, let's come to a kneeling and then a standing position. We've moved in all planes of motion. We've done a lot of strengthening and lengthening. We've done stretching. We've done balance work, cardio. So we checked a lot of boxes. So if you guys are feeling amazing for 3 and 2 and 1, come back to center. And then guys, let's reach those arms overhead, drop those shoulders, curl those fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, which I am modifying, coming all the way down. When you get to the bottom, nod your head. Heck yes, I feel amazing. Shake your head, no, no, no. And then softness in the knees, head is heavy, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way to the top. Yeah, you guys look amazing. And then bring those shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. One more time, up, back and down, and walk into your day, your Tuesday, with your awesome posture. It's fun to see you guys on a different day. I'm so used to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today.